Hey, welcome to the Global Online Star podcast, where we help you become the online star of your industry by expanding your business online, automating your systems, and creating profitable online products to help you spend less time in your business and more time in your life. I'm your host, Martha Fraser, so let's get started. So, you're very welcome to this week's podcast, and I have a few sniffles and a bit of a cough, and honestly, I wanted to be anywhere else but recording this podcast, but I have committed to consistency and frequency in my marketing. So that means turning up even when you don't want to. And I think that is the definition of discipline. Discipline is doing what you should be doing even when you don't want to do it. So I'm being disciplined today and I'm turning up, and I want to really help you in this topic today. So I'm doing quite a kind of an easy topic, really, in one way. But in another way, if you are someone who uses Google Drive for your documentation and um, for your folders or anything like that, and actually, even if you don't use Google Drive, this could just be the folders on your laptop or on whatever cloud storage you use, or on your external drive, wherever you host your files. Um, I want to help you because um, organization is not something that comes naturally to me in many parts of my life, but then there's other parts of my life that I'm actually sometimes really good at. It's quite surprising, actually, and it surprises my husband too. But anyway, and I think actually because I'm not good at it, I actually put in more of an effort to make sure that my work and some of my stuff gets organized. But then on the other side of it, and maybe you are just like me, sometimes I try to be too organized, and it it gets too complicated. So, what I have created is a very simple system, and I want to share it with you. So, sometimes what I have done in the past is like I've created tons of documents, plan for this and a plan for that, a journal for this and a journal for that. And if you're nodding away with me here as I sniffle it with my little cold and chest infection, um, you might just be the same type of person that I am. I'm looking down at one of my shelves. It's got my journal shelf. Hang on, I'm going to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10 journals. 10 journals on my journal shelf. At least I have a journal shelf. They're not all thrown somewhere. Um, so for me, at one stage, I had a manual diary and I had a Google diary, and I just found I didn't stay in sync. So what I decided to do was to go with my Google diary. Journals work for me really just for just jotting ideas or notes, or if I'm at an event. And what I will do, actually, creating the journal shelf has actually been handy because I have actually been picking up my journals and looking back at the notes. Because one thing I was doing was I was taking all these amazing notes at events and then not looking back at them. So putting them actually in place of sight has actually helped. So are you a person who creates too many plans? Are you a person who has too many journals? Are you a person who has too many folders everywhere? And if you're nodding, are you nodding with me? If you are, comment below underneath this podcast and just let me know. Um, so why does too many docs not work? Well, for the obvious reason. They're in too many different places. You can't find them, and you have too many plans, or too many strategies, or too many just plain old documents that you can't organize and you can't find. So, um, it's really about really checking in with yourself and seeing what kind of worker are you, right? So, are you someone who's consuming all the information from the internet but you're not creating anything? Are you someone who's creating tons of stuff but you're creating too much stuff and you're not actually organizing it, and your content is getting lost, and your content is your amazing digital assets that is really valuable, that if you were using it correctly, it would help you to market your business. So are you consuming or are you creating? Are you in a balance of both? So which state are you in? And are you organizing? So consuming, creating, organizing, right? These are the three states that we need to be in to be working, right? During our week. So just jot down now what percentage of your time are you spending doing consuming, creating, or organizing. So, how to nail your process so that you actually not only feel organized, but that your process works for you. So, I think this is personally very clever because what I have done and what I'll do is I will include in the show notes underneath the podcast um, just basically the outline. I'm gonna talk through it now, but sometimes you need to see these things if you're a visual learner like I am. So my Google Drive folders were all over the place, and I couldn't find, you know, what I was doing. So I spent some time, probably about a year ago, just reorganizing my stuff. Now, the first time I reorganized it into too much detail, too many subfolders, so that when I went back looking for stuff, I'd go through all these subfolders. So then I said, right, I'm going to really nail this. So what did I do? So I said, right, what are my processes that I do during the week? So I do admin work. I'm working on my book project. I have my different projects that basically earn me money. So my online programs and basically all my online programs, basically. So whatever the projects are that earn you money. Then I have my sales process, then I have my marketing process, and then I have my PR process. So I created 7 folders. One is called Weekly One-to-One Clients. Number 2 is called Weekly Admin. Number 3 is called Weekly Book. Number 4 is called Weekly Projects. Number 5 is called Weekly Sales. Number 6 is, excuse me, is called Weekly Marketing. And number 7 is called Weekly PR. Excuse me. So, obviously within this, I have different folders. Again, within my clients, I have contracts and clients. I have current clients. I have old clients. And I have, excuse me, I have a folder called Transitioning to the Next Step. So clients who are in between. Within Weekly Admin, I have accounts, I have forms, I have planning, and I have processes for my online programs. All right. Within my book, I'm only just starting my book, so actually there's very little in my book project. So hopefully by the end of the year there'll be more in that. Within my weekly projects, I have literally a project. I have a folder for each project that I'm working on, either currently or with basically which is live for my business at the moment. And there's a good few projects there. You could create a folder for old projects, anything that isn't current, put it in there, okay? Within my sales, let's see what is in here. So within sales, I have my sales document processes. I use an application called One Page CRM, which is a fantastic Irish company. It's run by Michael Fitzgerald, and it is well worth checking out. The one thing that I would say about One Page CRM, if you go to marthafraser.com/shop, you'll see all the software that I use, and you'll get the links directly from that page. That's marthafraser.com/shop. And the value for me that I get from using One Page CRM is that every time I use it consistently, I double my income, and that is that is well worth using. So for me, I've very little within this weekly sales folder because I use the application One Page CRM for my sales. But what you could put in the weekly sales is, maybe any kind of listing or documents or anything you want to put in there. So weekly marketing. So what is in my weekly marketing? I have a podcast folder, I have a blog folder, graphics, quotes, and I have a group, another folder for my free group. So basically, whatever your weekly marketing process is, create the folders in the weekly marketing first. Simple. My weekly PR. So I'm just really beginning. Um, I've done PR on and off, and it really is. I guess I really want to try and create it consistent now. So for me, within my PR, I'm putting my media kit and just kind of putting my stuff together in here so that I can begin to build a weekly PR process. I haven't that built yet. So, how can your folder system work for you? Okay, so whether you're creating these folders on Google Drive or on your laptop or wherever you're going to create them, basically what will happen is it's Monday morning. Now, the other thing that I'm going to give you this, actually, I was going to share this in a different podcast, but I think it works well with this one. I've been working with a friend of mine, and one of the things that we have started doing, I have to credit my good friend Michelle for this. So Michelle, on a Monday, she does what's called Map It Out Monday. It's fantastic, right? So basically, mapping out your week and just literally creating a template so that you do the same stuff every week, basically. Now for me, I've been doing this the last probably year or so. So basically taking clients on certain days, doing marketing on other days, um, and doing my online content creation on another day. Now, the only thing about it, I did have it scheduled in my calendar, but I really wasn't detailed enough for it to consistently work every week. Um, so, um, what I have been doing with this Map It Out Monday is I created a table and literally said Monday. I'm just opening up the file now so I can actually look at it. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. This is what happens every Monday, every Tuesday, every Wednesday, every Thursday, every Friday. So for me, Mondays are client days, but also I've got some other tasks that I want to do every week on a Monday. Same with Tuesday. Tuesday for me is marketing day. Tons of marketing stuff to create. And then literally just mapping out the template for your week. Now, things change week to week, right? But at least having this template so that I come into this document and I look at it and I say, okay, it's Wednesday. What should I be doing today? So I check my Wednesday list and off I go. Now, so when you have the daily task document done for your week, that will help you turn up correctly for your week. But then having the folder system done helps you just go to, okay, so let's just say today is a project day where I'm working on my projects. All I have to do then is go to my weekly projects folder and pick the project that I'm working on, and everything should be in there. Now, one of the things that I would recommend is that within each project folder, you create a one-page document called project status. Or if you're like me, I use Asana for a lot of my client work and managing my projects. So it depends. I think for now, if you're not using Asana, I think just creating a project folder, and within each project having a one-page document, project status. Okay. So far what we've discussed is creating your folders, creating your, I think 7, is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, creating your 7 folder system. We've discussed creating your subfolders within each of those for your projects that you're working on. We've discussed mapping it out Monday, creating your daily task document for your whole week. And then Monday, Map It Out Monday is then looking at your daily tasks for the week and just altering it every Monday to make sure that you're on track for your current project. Now, the other nugget that I want to share with you is this one thing. So as I said before, I was creating a lot of planning documents. I had documents, so many bloody documents on everything. And then what I have done since is I have created one master planning document. And if I have anything that I want to plan, or any literally anything I want to plan, or just write out the numbers, or just figure it out, I go into the planning document and I create a new section. I have forbidden myself from creating new documents because I'm afraid to even tell you, before I created this process, how many documents I had to accumulate into one document. I had, oh my god, I had so many documents in my Google Drive. And I couldn't find anything. Everything was all over the place. So I literally took every document and I put it into the master document and deleted all of those other documents. So I have banned myself from creating. I was a devil for just going, oh, new document, new document, new document. And this will get you into a really bad state of document litter is what it was, right? So I now have a planning document. If anything changes in my plans, I go to that one document and I put it in there. I also have an operations manual now, so that if I am changing anything in my business, or how I run things, or the doing bits, I put it in the operations manual. So let's see what else. So they are planning. Yeah, so that are the documents. So I'm just checking to see, is there any other. Yeah, they are the two key documents that I have in my business. So literally, you should have two documents that are your go-to, your planning and your operations manual. Now, in my planning, you can put your strategy in there, you can put your stats in there, you can put your tracking in there, whatever it is you want to put in there. But just stop having a million documents and create one or two documents that are your go-to documents on a weekly basis. So that's it. I hope this has helped you. So as I said, create your folders so that when you are working on whichever part of your week that you are working on, you can easily just go to that folder. If it's admin time, you go to your admin folder and you work on your admin. If it's your sales or marketing, you just go to that folder and you say, right, for the next hour, I'm working on whatever is in here, or I need to create something new for this folder. And that is what you do. So by putting these systems in place, by having your daily tasks mapped out for your Monday to Friday on a weekly basis, so creating your Monday to Friday template of what your week should look like every week, by putting those things in the schedule. And actually, here's another tip for you. And oh God, I wish I had this tip like 10 years ago. So I used to put in one of my days, I used to put marketing, spend the morning doing my marketing. And guess what used to happen? Sometimes I wouldn't use it for marketing, I'd use it for some other stuff, or I wouldn't get my marketing done, and blah, 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 blah. And next, it just really, it didn't help me create consistent marketing. So one of the big changes that I have done is I've actually put in create podcast, write blog. So I've made my tasks in my calendar really specific, because without being specific, you'll just look at it and you'll go, marketing, I'll do that later. Whereas because now I have in my calendar, create the podcast, guess what? Here I am turning up a little bit sick, sniffles and a sore throat, because it's in my calendar and I have to turn up and get it done. So the 5 elements that, is it 5? The elements that are going to help you on a weekly basis be more consistent, be more successful in your business is 1, mapping out your daily task template. On a Monday, schedule a half an hour for Map It Out Monday, review your template for the week and add in any extras that you haven't done. Schedule your daily tasks into your calendar so that you turn up consistently every week to do those specific tasks. Four, organize your folders so that all of your content is within the specific folders for that task. Excuse me. And 5, get rid of all the documents you've created and curate them into one master document. And I am banning you from creating multiple documents about planning or any kind of other thing that you keep creating multiple documents of. Make that master document. So that is 5 things that I hope will help you be successful in your week. And by doing these, these are kind of small steps, but they're powerful. They have changed how I'm working, and I hope they change how you're working. I'm sorry for the sniffs and the sniffles and the coughs today, but I hope you're with me in my consistent marketing and turning up to get it done, even when you don't feel like it. So have a great week and all the best from me. Take care. Bye.